Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I'll be going over the latest STO news, including an update for the event campaign's Tier 6 ship coupons. As always, chapters to each section are listed below. And diving into the main topic, as many of you know, the restricted version of the Tier 6 ship coupons that we get from the event campaign have not been updated in some time, resulting in the coupons not working for most ships released over the past few years. Originally, these coupons were meant to only exclude ships listed in the new items tab of the store, but since 2023, likely due to the transition to a new development team, these coupons stopped receiving updates to make newer ships work with them. Well, it looks like an update is not that far out. Just yesterday, Community Manager Counselor Suna announced on the official STO Discord that the development team is planning to update the T6 ship coupons very soon. And following up on this, earlier today I sent Suna a message asking if there was any specific time frame that she could share, and timing worked out really well here. She said that this update goes live tomorrow, October 1st on PC, and I happened to have caught her just as she got the list of what ships are becoming eligible for the coupons, and as you can see, it's quite significant. All 13th and 14th anniversary bundle ships will work with the coupon after the update. So that is the Terran Eagle, the Hydra, the Monitor, and Sirius from the 13th anniversary bundle, and the Atlantis, Chekhov, Princeton, and Awani from the 14th anniversary bundle. Now, if you saw my best Zen ships video from earlier this year, you'll know that many of the ships I just mentioned happen to be featured in that video. For instance, the Awani Command Carrier is a ship that I feel basically every STO player should have on their roster. The ship itself isn't really that amazing, but the accessories from it are best in slot for many builds. For instance, the Fleet Power Network Array console is best in slot for energy weapon and carrier builds. That is going to provide a massive amount of energy weapon firing cycle haste for you and up to 12 pets for 35 seconds, and the amount of haste it provides does scale up based on the amount of auxiliary you had at the time of activation. So just going up to the 125 aux cap would be 125% firing cycle haste for 35 seconds, and if you have override subsystem safeties on, you can push it over that 125 number. And then we have the Type 7 shuttlecraft, and right here I have the elite version from My Fleet Starbase. Now, the point of these pets is they're not really meant to do much damage, rather they're bringing in buffs to buff you up and your teammates. So don't worry about buffing these pets up, just slot them and let them buff you and your team up. Now, aside from the Awani, the other ships that are being added in here that I featured in that video are the Atlantis, which is just a really good energy weapon platform. The Terran Hydra, that's also a really good energy weapon platform, and it's also really good for PvP. Then there was the Terran Eagle, which happens to be the top torpedo platform in the game right now, due to the console that you get with the Terran Eagle. And I don't have any others listed here, but some of these other ones are pretty good. The Terran Monitor, for instance, is the best Nebula currently in the game, and that is also one of the best science carriers out there. The Terran Sirius also happens to be a decent budget tank platform. And for the other ships here, the Chekhov and the Princeton, they're not bad either. The Princeton has a console on it that lets you convert your hull capacity into damage output, so that might be interesting for some players as well. The point is, though, that all of the ships that they're adding in here are really great, and they're giving you some very strong options to use your event campaign coupons on. And again, that coupon update will arrive tomorrow, October 1st on PC, and sometime later this year over on console. Now, as some of you have noticed, October 1st is a Wednesday, not the traditional patch day for the game, but there is a data server maintenance happening that day, and that is going to result in a 6-hour downtime for the game between 4 and 10 a.m. Pacific, or 11 to 1700 UTC. With that long downtime, they figured it'd make sense to merge the patch into it, as to not have more downtime on Thursday. And if you're not already in the official STO Discord, I do highly recommend you join. We're seeing developer engagement at levels we haven't seen before with STO. If you have feedback, they have a section for that, and if you have bugs or issues that you want to report, there's also a section for that. Just understand that not every thread will get a response, and for some issues it can take time for them to be addressed. And while I've got the bug section up here, there are a few fixes in the pipeline. So last night, Jeremy commented on the Breen Imperium Frigate bug report thread, stating that multiple fixes for these pets have been checked in for QA review and should appear in a future patch. So those pets from the Breen thought they were not ranking up, and there was a bunch of other issues with them. So we'll have to assess how they perform once all those fixes go live and the pets are able to actually function like they're supposed to. And another bug thread that got an update is the one I posted regarding some ships having incorrect names or stats, such as the Dauntless 2, Protostar, Theseus, and Norway having incorrect stats, and then there being several that just have the wrong name there. Now, Jeremy did also comment here saying that some of the names are not bugged. Many of the older ships on the list have names that look incorrect when compared to more modern starships, but that is because the naming convention for Federation ships changed at some point several years ago. So some of the names are not actually wrong, but he is looking into fixing those that are incorrect, and again, for any of the stats, he is going to get those addressed. Next up, next Tuesday, October 7th, I'll be over on the DECA Twitch channel for a build stream with the Da Vinci and the Negtev, both of which have recently received some very nice remasters. And shifting over to some more traditional news, for PC, we have a 25% key flash sale that started yesterday and is still up until tomorrow, October 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific, so that's 25% off keys along with a return of the 20 keyring bundle, which features an Ultimate Tech upgrade into the store, so if you're looking to pick up keys, this would be a good sale to take advantage of. And next up for PC players, starting today, September 30th, running through October 7th at noon Pacific, there is an Admiralty bonus week active, during which time you're going to earn additional XP from any Admiralty missions you do, and the Tour of Duty missions will reward some bonus dilithium. Next up, for those of you over on console, tomorrow, October 1st, the Trafalgar Command Juggernaut will be added to the Infinity Lockbox over there. Now, I do have a stats breakdown for this ship, which I'll have linked down below, but I know some of you are wondering if the console on this ship has gotten any better since release, and the answer is currently no. They want this console to be at the level of DPRM, and they have taken in a ton of feedback about ways that they could adjust it to make it perform at that level, but they haven't actually pushed any changes live yet, so I expect sometime later in October, we'll see whatever those changes are make their way live, and at that point we can then reevaluate whether or not this console is worth going for. So at this point, my advice would be with the Trafalgar, just hold off and wait to see what they do with the accessories here. You know, the console, that's confirmed to be getting a buff. And for the Starship trait Wild Critical, I found this needs a buff as well. The opportunity cost of a Starship trait slot is very high, and the Wild Weasels from this simply take too long to spawn out, and there's not enough of them out there to enable you to drop other survivability gear from your build. So we'll see what happens there, but again, for the Trafalgar, we're really just in a holding pattern to wait and see what they do with the accessories. And of course, with the Trafalgar dropping over on console tomorrow, expect a key sale and possibly a Lobi sale to appear over there as well. Next up, for Xbox players, over in the CasualSAB Discord, there's some giveaways up for assorted Infinity Lockbox items, courtesy of Osbern. Simply head to the giveaways channel and hit the party icon below each giveaway that you're interested in. And a huge thanks to Osbern for contributing the items for these giveaways. And lastly, just a quick shout out that Star Trek Resurgence is currently at a pretty big discount over on Steam. I'll have a link to that down below if you're interested in a narrative Star Trek game. And that is all for today, so as always, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. See you guys around.